want to hear all of my brethren and sisters them in England, especially London and Birmingham, may I tell you, why the listenership big over there, so I don't know it's what me I do, but it come like say them hours ya what? I must about 4 o'clock over England, you know, and it come like dear when coaching is up on the radio. Believe you me, them people don't wait till it come on YouTube, you know. Why you for me Reggie David that girl with that man, me I tell you. Why from BAYSEE left, so I don't see, I don't even know if he can reach England. From him left, I don't hear from him again at all. I don't even know if he reach England again. I don't know if he's there England again. I hope he's not there Syria, you know. We see 4 Trini left here, well not left here, but left Trinidad for go to Syria through Turkey and them will on them. Yeah, man. Them want to go join ISIL. Left Trinidad, gone through Turkey, and them get all on pan. It's a serious thing going on in our earth, yeah. But meanwhile, over on the other side there, so near with there, pure confusion in America. Confusion like worry. When I watch my TV, it come like a third world country. It come like a third world country business are going on, you know. Even though them are going like this and are going like that, you know, it come like a third world country. But we have some things there. We want to play this. We definitely have to play this. Trust me, man. We want you love Cabo, you know. We want you love Cabo. Why Cabo? I have to go invite you to the studio, you know. You could have deal me, I invite you to the studio, you know. I know so you're coming already about 2 times with me from in a 20 odd years, but I have to invite you in the studio, and you know why I'm going to invite you in the studio. I'm not tell nobody. I'm not tell the world yet. I confirm it with my program manager first. You understand? I confirm it with my program manager upstairs. Program manager, I hope you're listening now. I invite Cabo in the studio with me. Stepping razor the whole night. We're going there the whole night. You understand? And she know why. Okay. Listen.
Check this out. Now, some have spoken about this, but now Clinton emails have revealed the actual reason that she ousted Gaddafi. And, yes, these emails expose Hillary Clinton's true masters. Absolutely insane when these emails hit. My friends, Sputnik News is reporting that a declassified email exchange between the former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her advisor Sid Blumenthal shows that Clinton was up to her eyeballs in the Western conspiracy against Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi and his Pan-African gold dinar currency. That's according to William Engdahl, who's made these statements after reviewing these emails. It states here that a recently declassified email from the illegal private server used by the ex-Secretary of State and Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton during the Washington-orchestrated war against Muammar Gaddafi sheds some new light on the U.S. establishment's genuine motivation. Quote, in a newly classified Clinton email from Sid Blumenthal to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton dated April 2nd, 2011, Blumenthal reveals the reason that Gaddafi must be eliminated. Engdahl made this article. He revealed it in a magazine, New Eastern Outlook. Quote, using the pretext of citing an unidentified high source, Blumenthal writes to Clinton, according to sensitive information available to this source, Gaddafi's government holds 143 tons of gold and a similar amount in silver. This gold was accumulated prior to the current rebellion and was intended to be used to establish a Pan-African currency based on the Libyan golden dinar, he writes. Quote, by 2008, the prospect of sovereign control by a growing number of African and Arab oil states of their state and oil gas revenues was causing serious concern in Wall Street as well as the city of London. It was huge liquidity in the trillions. They potentially no longer would be able to control it. Meanwhile, in 2009, Gaddafi, then president of the African Union, offered the states of the continent to shift to a new currency independent from the U.S. dollar, the so-called gold dinar. And the rest is history. See, Gaddafi was getting ready to challenge the central banking monopoly of the planet, the Federal Reserve, the banksters. And what did they do? They took him out. See, he did not want to be linked to New York. He did not want to be linked to London. He wanted to have currency independence from U.S. control. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be free from that. You know, if you look back, I mean, how long was Gaddafi, holding down Al-Qaeda? And, we had some pretty reasonable relationships as far as I can tell. And then all of a sudden, he's about to launch a gold dinar, challenge the banksters, and like that, Hillary Clinton arms the rebels, they take him out. Christopher Stevens ends up being one of the casualties of the American side. And then what happens next? ISIS takes control of Libya, and then you've got arms being dumped into Syria, the complete destabilization even further of the Middle East. All because, at least for Libya's sake, the gold dinar about to be launched. See, if Africa was able to stand on its own with its own gold currency, they'd be able to prosper. They would be able to keep their money inside their local, country. And that's really where all the power is. It's local. It's not when you, submit to these central bankers. That's why local currencies are so powerful. And there's a lot of them out there. Anyway, amazing revelation coming out of that server that Hillary Clinton has. We'll keep you updated on these types of stories. Hit the subscribe button for those updates. What are your thoughts? Leave your comments below. And hit that share button.
There's a man in England once called Lord Acton. I think you have a place named Acton in London. They were named for him. Him say, power corrupt. Absolute power corrupt. Absolutely. Now, a lot of people might be wondering why so much what would I call progressive African conscious people see two people run an election and one of them is like a madman and them don't choose the next one. And I am included in that too. Why would we say a man and a woman run an election in America and when we speak, we don't speak in favor of Hillary Clinton? Well, you see that clip that I just played a while ago is the main indictment African progressive people have against that lady. The main thing. I mean, we can call many other things, but the destabilization of the so-called Middle East and the destabilization of why anytime we go up and plane or go in an airport, we have to wonder what's going to happen. It wasn't like that until this lady become foreign secretary to Obama, the first black man to be president according to them in America. And now it looked like the first woman going to be president in America. And you may ask, but she's a much better candidate than Trump. We don't know that. Trump attack, she have had experiences of creating what you just hear on that tape. A lot of things that you see happening right now the destabilization of Egypt, Syria, Iraq, the continuous destruction of Iraq, one of the most ancient countries on earth, the destruction of Libya, very progressive state, now a failed state, and the rise of Saddam Hussein's former Ba'ath Party members who eventually became what them now call ISIL, who is devastating Syria. And this destabilization of Syria under the disguise that Assad is an ex-murderer too. We don't see them do that with North Korea, who are threatening them with nuclear weapons. Them say, don't know who for frightened. A very serious thing. So, we want to play it again, you know, because we want you to know why. Why? When we hear the name Clinton, we don't jump up and say, yes, she a first woman. Like how everybody did say, yes, black man have turned president. I never did that jump up. As a matter of fact, me and my friend Cabo was reasoning, and she remembered clearly that when Clinton was running against Obama, I actually wanted she to win. Very reactionary talk, don't it? Yeah, very reactionary talk. I wanted she to win, and I have a reason. But no, it's a very weird thing. Very weird. That this lady who has done so much. You know, Obama said one of him worst move as president of America, one of the most terrible moves that he made, is after getting rid of Gaddafi. They never put nothing in place. Destabilize the whole country. Failed state. Give rise to ISIL in Libya. Never have nothing in place. And now the whole of that area of the earth is in turmoil because of people who we just mentioned, power corrupt, and absolute power corrupt. Absolutely. This is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. Yes. I think the thing is sour. Okay. So we just talk about this. The reason why, if you hear a lot of one who say them are defend Africa and this and that, and then say them have two choices. Well, me have no two choices because I mean none of them still. But the reason why you hear I wanna say him nah defend Clinton. A man look at you and say, then wait, you want Trump win, Roster? No, it's not a matter of want Trump win. It's just that you have a history of one of them. One of them will run up the immediate mouth. The other one do things where cannot be forgiven. Not in the African world. So we want to play it again. That's the people them can understand where we are coming from when we deal with this thing.
Check this out. Now, some have spoken about this, but now Clinton emails have revealed the actual reason that she ousted Gaddafi. And, yes, these emails expose Hillary Clinton's true masters. Absolutely insane when these emails hit. My friends, Sputnik News is reporting that a declassified email exchange between the former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her advisor Sid Blumenthal shows that Clinton was up to her eyeballs in the Western conspiracy against Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi and his Pan-African gold dinar currency. That's according to William Engdahl, who's made these statements after reviewing these emails. It states here that a recently declassified email from the illegal private server used by the ex-Secretary of State and Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton during the Washington orchestrated war against Muammar Gaddafi sheds some new light on the U.S. establishment's genuine motivation. Quote, in a newly classified Clinton email from Sid Blumenthal to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton dated April 2nd, 2011. Blumenthal reveals the reason that Gaddafi must be eliminated. Engdahl made this article. He revealed it in a magazine, New Eastern Outlook. Quote, using the pretext of citing an unidentified high source, Blumenthal writes to Clinton, according to sensitive information available to this source, Gaddafi's government holds 143 tons of gold and a similar amount in silver. This gold was accumulated prior to the current rebellion and was intended to be used to establish a Pan-African currency based on the Libyan golden dinar, he writes. Quote, by 2008, the prospect of sovereign control by a growing number of African and Arab oil states of their state and oil gas revenues was causing serious concern in Wall Street as well as the city of London. It was huge liquidity in the trillions. They potentially no longer would be able to control it. Meanwhile, in 2009, Gaddafi, then president of the African Union, offered the states of the continent to shift to a new currency independent from the U.S. dollar, the so-called gold dinar. And the rest is history. See, Gaddafi was getting ready to challenge the central banking monopoly of the planet, the Federal Reserve, the banksters. And what did they do? They took him out. See, he did not want to be linked to New York. He did not want to be linked to London. He wanted to have currency independence from U.S. control. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be free from that. You know, if you look back, I mean, how long was Gaddafi, holding down Al-Qaeda? And, we had some pretty reasonable relationships as far as I can tell. And then all of a sudden, he's about to launch a gold dinar, challenge the banksters. And like that, Hillary Clinton arms the rebels. They take him out. Christopher Stevens ends up being one of the casualties of the American side. And then what happens next? ISIS takes control of Libya. And then you've got arms being dumped into Syria. The complete destabilization even further of the Middle East. All because, at least for Libya's sake, the gold dinar about to be launched. See, if Africa was able to stand on its own with its own gold currency, they'd be able to prosper. They would be able to keep their money inside their local, country. And that's really where all the power is. It's local. It's not when you, submit to these central bankers. That's why local currencies are so powerful. And there's a lot of them out there. Anyway, amazing revelation coming out of that server that Hillary Clinton has. We'll keep you updated on these types of stories. Hit the subscribe button for those updates. What are your thoughts? Leave your comments below. And
I don't know what people know, but there's a brethren. Well, there's a man named Gossifer. I don't know much people hear about this, but Gossifer is the first person where they hacked into Hillary email and them send him back to America and them know they are prison. Gossifer, I think he come from Romania. Well, there's rumors about a lot of rumors that go around about Gossifer now. Because I'm in a jail in America. Them have spread rumors say him dead. Some news says lie, some news say him dead in a cell. Other news says lie, them a tell. Marcel Laser Lehel. That's his name, Marcel Lehel Laser. Them say, the question is asked, is Gossifer dead? Big question that. I don't know. People have conspiracy theories running amok now. Conspiracy theories like worries. because if him dead is a serious thing, given that is him bring to light a whole heap of things where you see I take place and all with all these meals and servers and all these things, but it's a thing. So we want to play the next thing, you know. We want to play the next thing. We bust out during the, little before the Democratic Convention, some email, WikiLeaks, Lego some email saying that people in the Democratic Party is trying to bamboozle Sanders. When first name again? Sanders, when name again? But take your answer period, right? Anyway, he was a progressive man, a whole heap of people like, you know, a whole heap of little people from them in them 60s and 70s did like him. He was very progressive. As a matter of fact, he influenced the Democratic run-ins. For those of you who follow it up. But the thing with it is that them found out that the Clinton people them was really doing things against him illegally, to the point where now these emails come out and show how they was planning against burn him name, man. I burn the Sanders name, man. I want to asphalt, asphalt. Come out of my studio, man. Come out of my studio, asphalt. You don't help me, man. You don't help me at all, man. I think you have more the right head.
Yeah, but you never know.
Bernie Sanders, me talk about, man. Bernie Sanders.
He must part of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, from them time, that's why I said, you have to look at long time old hippie people, them, with lots of hippies again. Them love him. And the young people, them, same time they all, you know. And the young people, them love him. Anyway, them go find out now, WikiLeaks, they got some papers against, what's your name there, Hillary. Say our people, them, they have a campaign against him. And that Trump did I say, you know, crooked Hillary. And that Trump did I say, the thing rig, them rig the system. And them come find out that the system did really rig against Bernie. So the lady who was in charge stepped down. And a new lady now come up. I watched the interview with the WikiLeaks man. Well, them said the WikiLeaks man never liked Clinton for a long time. He have some gross inside. So them are questioning anything. Why release it now? And not only that now, them are say is the Russian them. Is the Russian them hacking to some, again, computer. Why them can't hack in a fair computer them? Them can't hack in a computer. Anyway, him say that they must shoot the messenger, but check the message. In other words, not because them feel say the Russian them do it, which him must say him is not the Russian them. This WikiLeaks man, I don't remember what his name. Remind me of his name, no man. Asphalt. How you deal with Rasta? Asphalt. What the man I deal with that? You supposed to catch me up, man. You know, stepping razor hose. Big stepping razor hose. Me they clear in my hotel room, clear, finally listen to you. I've cleared up the place. And the man don't know, brethren. Me not set you up. Me I set you down. You must tell me the things that me, you know, remember. Not that me don't remember them, you know. It's that me forget, you know. But me I remember eventually. Like I remember Bernie Sanders.
The name of the WikiLeaks man.
The name of the WikiLeaks man who come on the television and talk to them about how these emails and what the contents of the emails were. One of the things that them was pushing, Hillary Clinton people was pushing, is that Sanders, Bernie was an atheist. That was one of the main things they talk about him, saying he was an atheist. And you know them people, you know, even though them not check for God, but them don't want to hear nobody say them don't believe in a God. You understand? So what happened now is that the man say, all right, we don't hear nothing yet. So we want to play this. We want to play this, so make we play this. Meanwhile, Asphalt look for the name of the WikiLeaks man. Okay, listen to this.
Now, after releasing emails that led to DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz stepping down from her controversial role in undermining the Sanders presidential campaign, Julian Assange is now preparing to release more leaked emails, and this time he says they will, quote, provide enough evidence to indict Hillary Clinton. Assange also made it clear there is no evidence of Russian involvement in the email hack, despite the Clinton campaign's claims. For details on this story, we go now to Laura Smith in the UK.
Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, of course, is still holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy here in London. But once again, he's proven that he's not just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. Not content with releasing 20,000 emails from the Democratic National Committee, Assange now says he'll be releasing more material that he says will provide enough evidence to see Hillary Clinton arrested. He's given a series of interviews in which he says that there's no proof whatsoever that the emails that he's already released came from Russian sources. He says that the DNC servers were ripe for hacking, that they're riddled with holes, and that documents hacked over a number of years are out there in the public domain in multiple copies. He says when the Clinton campaign talks about having proof that the emails were hacked by Russians, he says, I don't know what they're talking about, but they're not talking about my leak. In fact, he's quite coy about the whole thing. Of course, WikiLeaks likes to create maximum ambiguity about where its information comes from. It's very hot on the protection of sources. And he said maybe one day our source or sources will step forward and some people will have egg on their faces, or read into that what you will. Of course, he's at pains to say that it's not important where the emails come from. What's important is what's in them. And what we have now, he says, is the Clinton campaign using information about past hacks to divert attention away from what's actually in those emails. But that this diversionary tactic itself raises questions. Clinton here is presented with a political scandal, and what she does is blame the Russians, blame the Chinese, according to Assange. And if she does that in government, he says that's a style that could cause serious conflict. What of the content of those emails, though? Well, the leaks, of course, rocked the beginning of the DNC and brought about the ouster of its chairwoman. What they do, Assange says, is show collusion at the very top of the Democratic Party to get rid of Bernie Sanders. He argues that Clinton, of course, may have won the nomination anyway, but now it's impossible to know, so that her nomination de facto has no political legitimacy. WikiLeaks, as Assange said, is set to release further emails, and it's clear that he thinks these could be the nail in Hillary Clinton's coffin.
Now, after releasing emails that led to DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz stepping down from her controversial role in undermining the Sanders presidential campaign, Julian Assange is now preparing to release more leaked emails, and this time he says they will, quote, provide enough evidence to indict Hillary Clinton. Assange also made it clear there is no evidence of Russian involvement in the email hack, despite the Clinton campaign's claims. For details on this story, we go now to Laura Smith in the UK.
Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, of course, is still holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy here in London. But once again, he's proven that he's not just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. Not content with releasing 20,000 emails from the Democratic National Committee, Assange now says he'll be releasing more material that he says will provide enough evidence to see Hillary Clinton arrested. He's given a series of interviews in which he says that there's no proof whatsoever that the emails that he's already released came from Russian sources. He says that the DNC servers were ripe for hacking, that they're riddled with holes, and that documents hacked over a number of years are out there in the public domain in multiple copies. He says when the Clinton campaign talks about having proof that the emails were hacked by Russians, he says, I don't know what they're talking about, but they're not talking about my leak. In fact, he's quite coy about the whole thing. Of course, WikiLeaks likes to create maximum ambiguity security about where its information comes from. It's very hot on the protection of sources. And he said maybe one day our source or sources will step forward and some people will have egg on their faces, or read into that what you will. Of course, he's at pains to say that it's not important where the emails come from. What's important is what's in them. And what we have now, he says, is the Clinton campaign using information about past hacks to divert attention away from what's actually in those emails. But that this diversionary tactic itself raises questions. Clinton here is presented with a political scandal, and what she does is blame the Russians, blame the Chinese, according to Assange. And if she does that in government, he says that's a style that could cause serious conflict. What of the content of those emails, though? Well, the leaks, of course, rocked the beginning of the DNC and brought about the ouster of its chairwoman. What they do, Assange says, is show collusion at the very top of the Democratic Party to get rid of Bernie Sanders. He argues that Clinton, of course, may have won the nomination anyway, but now it's impossible to know, so that her nomination de facto has no political legitimacy. WikiLeaks, as Assange said, is set to release further emails, and it's clear that he thinks these could be the nail in Hillary Clinton's coffin.
Before the 3rd century, the church in Rome was one of many churches that were scattered all over the Roman Empire. The reason the church in Rome later became the head of all the churches of the world and dominated the Middle Ages was because it joined hands with Emperor Constantine. As a result of Constantine's pro-Christian policies, many people who believed pagan gods converted to Christianity. This consolidated Constantine's political position, and there was no need for the church in Rome to refuse the converts because it was a good opportunity to secure its religious position. After the church in Rome accepted pagan idolatry and doctrines, it was quickly secularized. During the Middle Ages, it was even hard to tell the difference between the church and the secular world. The Catholic Pope enthroned kings, and kings protected the Catholic Church. Opposing the Catholic Church itself was rebelling against one's own country. The Pope wielded an absolute power. We can see just how powerful he was through one incident, the humiliation at Canossa. That happened during the time of Pope Gregory VII. Pope Gregory VII claimed that the Pope could not be judged by anyone on earth, and he could dethrone emperors and kings, and excommunicated Henry IV, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, in the course of the investiture controversy. As Henry IV was faced with the crisis of being dethroned, he went to the Pope, who was in Canossa. Barefoot, he knelt for 3 days in the snow outside the castle of the Pope and begged for his forgiveness. This is what is called the humiliation at Canossa incident. The Pope had so much authority that there was no one who was able to hold back the Church from abusing its power anywhere in Europe. Not only that, the popes committed numerous crimes such as murder, blasphemy, simony, and adultery to hold on to their seat of power. Not even fathom the evil deeds of the corrupt popes. Among them, Pope Leo X enjoyed works of art and collected masterpieces. He invited artists like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Raphael to the Vatican and richly ornamented the church. Being driven by his vanity, he constructed St. Peter's Basilica. However, as he ran out of money by collecting costly works of art, he started to print a greater amount of indulgences. An indulgence is a certificate giving the forgiveness of sins. The Catholic priest propagated that people were guaranteed to enter the kingdom of heaven safer when they gave more money.
Come, see for yourself. This is not just a simple indulgence. Even though you don't do confession, all your sins will be forgiven. Even the sins of your relatives in purgatory will vanish. Will you just leave your mother to suffer in the fire? Come here, everyone. Come. When you drop the coins in the box and it makes a clinking sound, then the souls will arise from the fiery purgatory.
The sale of indulgence was one of the biggest businesses of the Catholic Church. Since indulgences was a good solution for those who were seized by the fear of hell, numerous people gathered to buy the kingdom of heaven. Giotto, the representative artist during medieval Europe, clearly shows the evils of indulgence in his work. The Last Judgment. In the painting, Jesus, the judge, is in the middle and the apostles are on both sides. Heaven is shown on the right and hell is shown on the left. One thing that is worthy of notice here is the scene where souls are weighed. A man who is on his knees presents a model of the chapel to three women. The name of the man is Enrico Scorveni. He was a notorious loan shark of that time. Because loan sharking was a big sin, he could never dream of entering the kingdom of heaven. However, even though Enrico was a loan shark, he bought indulgences and paid for his sins, and proudly purchased the ticket for the kingdom of heaven. The Bible teaches that only God can forgive sins. However, the Catholic Church insists that the Pope too has the authority to forgive sins. This kind of false teaching enabled them to commit fraud, the sale of indulgences.
Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on RFM. I tell you, if you're not, it's the Cutting Edge, you're not, listen. A serious thing. For instance, now.
Mr. Speaker, Vice President Cheney, members of Congress, distinguished citizens, and fellow citizens. Every year, by law and by custom, we meet here to threaten the world. The American flag stands for corporate scandals, recession, stock market declines, blackmail, terror, burning with hot irons, dripping acid on the skin, mutilation with electric drills, cutting out tongues, and rape. Our first goal is to show utter contempt for the environment. I have sent you a comprehensive energy plan to devastate communities, kill wildlife, and burn away millions of acres of treasured forests. This government is taking unprecedented measures to protect our people and defend our homeland. We've begun inoculating troops and first responders against ballistic airports. And this year, for the first time, we must offer every child in America 3 nuclear missiles. To date, we have arrested or otherwise dealt with 400 billion key commanders of Al-Qaeda, which is enlisting tens of thousands of new volunteers across America. They include a man who directed logistics and funding for the CIA. One of them is found at the Department of Defense. One by one, the terrorists are learning we are building a culture to encourage international terrorism. Almost 3 months ago, the United Nations Security Council gave Saddam Hussein his final chance to disarm. The British government has learned that Saddam Hussein recently had an advanced nuclear program chemical in his arsenal, even while inspectors were in his country. Our intelligence sources tell us that he has attempted to purchase 7 million hydrogen-powered doctors and the Western Wall of the Pentagon. The United States will ask the UN Security Council to convene on February the 5th to consider the facts of Iraq's ongoing defiance of the world. Secretary of State Powell will plant information to incite fear about Iraq's links to terrorist groups. And tonight I have a message for the people of Iraq. Go home and die. Trusting in the sanity and restraint of the United States is not a strategy, and it is not an option.
Denise, how you feeling? Feeling okay? I hope so.
Mr. Speaker, Vice President Cheney, members of Congress, distinguished citizens, and fellow citizens. Every year, by law and by custom, we meet here to threaten the world. The American flag stands for corporate scandals, recession, stock market declines, blackmail, terror, burning with hot irons, dripping acid on the skin, mutilation.
Yes, this is the cutting edge. Make no bones about it. This is the cutting edge on RFM. So, this weekend is the, what they call it, the Independence Day celebration. We just had the Emancipation Day celebration. I don't know how we are working it out that way there. It's a serious thing when you have so much so much independent and still dependent. You know, so we want to play a little tune, yeah? We want to play a little tune, you know, for independence celebration. Tune was made long before a whole heap of you who are listening to this program, man. Believe you me? We still a search for it. We are search for. We still a search for the thing with them I call independent. There were so many songs made to celebrate that day. It was the 6th of August, I think it was on a Monday, when 1962, when we was balling out independence from England. 50 odd years after, we still a ball out. 50 odd years. 50 odd years after, we still a ball out. That shouldn't be the case. But then the leaders sell out the thing. Yeah, man. Sell it out bad too. That's where we can go on here, so. The cutting edge on RFM. You know, so we're going to take some call. It is 2 minutes past 12. We have 2 more hours for the program. We're going to take some call. Yes. We know so it was scare me in the night, but we're going to take some call with the people them express themselves, especially when them here tonight. If you want to talk about what you hear tonight or anything, we don't know. Anything you want to talk about. We don't limit the talking to a specific thing. You understand? So we know King James are wait for call, you know. We don't say King James, but yes, we don't see that tell you, we don't see that play the festival song about where them talk about it making in the 60s when in Jamaica gets independence, and then you have some youth come back now and make a next one. You know, in the 2012, yeah, so we are say the more things change, the more it remain the same. Because if after 50 odd years, people have to come sing back something where contradict the something where it originally started. You know, so something definitely wrong. So we don't know. We don't know. We did expect that things that go better, and things look like it get worse. Anyway, yes, continue.
Yes, Mota.
Yeah, blessed man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, the man and the man said that that is only the God alone can forgive sins according to the Bible, right? But that's true, because him say if your brethren offend you, you forgive him 70 times 7. So everybody can forgive sins. And I don't talk about that. Enough things me here where it's not true, but it sounds like true, but it's not true. Enough people, then enough things is spoken about the Bible and certain things are not true. And the thing about all the Pope, the things they do and those things is not.
I know one Pope never talk about doing, you know.
Yeah.
A whole heap of Pope, but what you say is not what? It's not what? What you say is not?
No, man, I said the things where him do, you know, have nothing to do with the Bible.
No, but them never said, no, I'm not to do the Bible. Him say him is a them say the Pope is a representative of Christ on earth.
Yeah.
So I'm show you all them people there who say them represent Christ on earth. The things them with them do. And say them are claim it in the name of God. Him now say have something to do with the Bible.
Why do people believe them is the way that them people are taught the truth?
So who them for believe? Who taught the truth? The man who talk about the Pope or the Pope?
The Pope himself.
Why them feel them taught the truth?
Yeah.
Why I don't know, Virgin? Them created something, man. And them created the thing, you know. So if them created something, I guess. Yeah, because
even the king went to kneel down in front of him and ask for forgiveness. Hey, Muta, do you believe that people would have buy indulgences now?
People do it every night, man. Every day.
Are people that stupid?
Yeah, man. People do it at church every day, man. Give them time.
Them buy indulgences, so people is here now where really believe them can pay them way into paradise.
Yeah, man. How about people do that, man?
I never know say people still dark like that.
I wanted to see them darker than that. People darker than that. You mean they never know to them do that? That's it.
No, we just check some with it.
All right, we can show you something now. A man tie a bomb on himself. Say him going to be a martyr, and the reward in heaven is 72 virgin.
Yes.
You tell people so daft. That is daft. Because the man who tell him must do that never got him got 72 virgin yet. But the man you have youth do that in that belief. So if you are told you never know, say people daft still, that is the daftest of dafts.
Yeah, but you have people who live in the Western world right now in a place like America and India, and them places with knowledge and light, and them really believe that for their mind say, yeah, me can pay my way into this.
But a man say, but a man can bomb him way into the creator to that man show. That to pay him way, him can bomb him way. Him give him life, in 72 virgin.
Yeah,
Virgin, if you didn't know, if you get 72 virgin, if you didn't sure, say you get 72 virgin, you don't tie a vampire.
Well, I understand what I said. It sounds very attractive, but...
Sounds very attractive, of course.
It sounds very attractive, I must admit. And that would mean, say, would I have to receive a stronger body?
And that may I say, of course, like Solomon. Because Solomon never ever have to tie on a bump on himself and him a ball 700 wife and 300 concubine according to the Bible.
Yes, that is what it says.
Yeah, so him never did have to tie no bump on him.
No, he just use lyrics.
Yeah,
and money.
Yeah, lyrics and money, man. So you can't see how the thing work.
I tell you.
Anyway, give thanks, Bridget.
Yes, mother.
Yeah. You know, tell the people them that we get an invitation for go a launch of the first Ska and Rocksteady Festival. The launch will be taking place Tuesday. And Julian Jingles, my dearly beloved brethren from them time there, is I think him is the author of such festival. So we want to hear what's going to come out of that. A launch, we will be there, this Tuesday, like next Tuesday, sorry. The first Ska and Rocksteady Festival. You know that we are celebrating 50 years of Rocksteady this year. One of the shortest genre of Jamaican music for come across, that's all. But it has made an impact, serious impact on how we view music in Jamaica. Yes, Ian.
Bless.
I have too much things that go on this one.
Music. Bless.
Yeah, listen to the radio.
Oh. Hello?
Yes?
Good night.
Good night.
How are you?
I am okay. How are you?
Boy, you're alright. Bless up yourself, you know, Rasta.
Yeah, man.
But Muta, you know, I'm kind of confused, and I say me I call about nobody's business, but
You say you're not calling about nobody's business, but you're calling about somebody's business. But you're confused yourself now with Alright, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You listen to the radio and I confuse up the whole thing, and I say you're not confused nothing. So when you call, lock off the radio or move from the radio, you can't talk to me and listen to the radio same time. Everybody know that by now. I mean, how much time you have to say that? And then now you're saying I call for confuse nothing. That is confusing. Okay, so we are telling about this Rocksteady, this reggae and Rocksteady festival that is about to unleash itself. We don't know where it's going to keep, but I'm going to assume say is music I go play rather than artists, you know, and maybe it's a combination because I will heap a scammer not about still. Unless you have some band like all Fab Five, you go play ska. Because you know Fab Five, the man they play anything and everything. But it's that nice, if it's a sound thing still, because it's sweet. When you hear ska music I play on a big set, you know, a different feeling, you know, a Rocksteady I play on a big set, a different thing, not to mention dub. We just come from a festival in Austria, a dub festival, you know. 4-day pure dub music you hear, you know. When I say dub music, I talk about dub. Serious dub. Something like when I play at the first part of the program. When you hear it on a big set. So, we really want to find out where we're going with that festival. Because we feel it's a very important thing to have a ska and Rocksteady. Because you know you have reggae and dancehall. It's a counteraction, go on. It's a counteraction. It's an action. It's a reaction to an action. You have reggae and dancehall. Well, no man come up with ska and Rocksteady. Some of know how come up with revivalist and mentor. I don't know. Yeah. So we just say we want to hear what Jingles have to say about that. So next week we're going to go to the launch and hear how that will unfold itself, because we think it's a beautiful thing. We think it's a beautiful thing. It's supposed to happen. Okay, Brent now, here goes. That's Man called Dollar Brand, Cape Town Fringe. This is the Cutting Edge. Yes, here.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Hey, bless up, Uncle Moose. How you doing?
All right, sir.
My name is Romain, calling from Oklahoma, USA. Can you hear me?
May I hear you?
Hello? Oh, okay. I was calling Muta because I wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know that I'm the next virgin on YouTube that put up the Cutting Edge and the Stepping Razor. And I just want to.
Where you name?
Go ahead.
What's your name? What's your name?
My name Romain Green. Romain Green.
Oh yeah, I hear about that. I hear about you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to call and tell you thank you for what you've been doing throughout the years. You know what you've been doing throughout the years to help me to to find myself as a black man in this world.
Oh,
and there's a lot of things that I learned from you.
Where are you from? Where you do it from?
I was born and raised in Jamaica, but I moved to the United States in 2001.
Where in the United States you're located?
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the virgin that used to work on the oil rig.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got my computer in the front seat of my truck right now because I'm on my way to New York.
You used to drive. I remember you used to call me. You used to drive, go up and call me, don't it?
No, this is my first time calling you.
Oh, can you imagine who used to drive truck, go clear up to Vermont there? And him always call me and I talk. But I say, wait, you talk to me in a truck. And him say, him connect it, internet said, yeah.
Yeah, I got the 4G in my pickup truck and all that good stuff. But I was just calling you because I wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know. I wanted to tell you a personal thanks for what you've been doing throughout the years.
Okay.
And it really helped me to find myself as a black man.
Okay, all right. Give thanks, Bridget.
I'm big on my Virgin Duke.
Give thanks for your
all the time also.
Give thanks for your widen the Cutting Edge listenership through your initiatives,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Yes, sir, indeed.
I hope one day I'll meet you, man.
Yeah. I hope one day I'll meet you. I come to Jamaica all the time, but I got laid off from the oil. I got laid off from the oil field. I end up finding a new job where I'm an engineer, and I don't get a chance to travel out the country that much.
Okay. I meet Duke the other day, man.
Yeah. He showed me the videos and everything, and we were on a conference call the other day also.
Well, I don't know. I don't hear from him left. I don't know. It's what mad where I do him.
Am I right? I talked to him day before yesterday. He all right. He living, he breathing. He happy.
I'm not say him no all right. I don't know what I did him.
Oh.
From him left, I don't
think you did him anything.
I don't hear a zing from him left.
I'm pretty sure he listening right now. I don't think you do him anything, Musa.
Him said the nicest time ever have a Jamaica. Him said the nicest time ever have a
Jamaica.
And you know why I have a nice time? Him come stick with me. Him come stay with me.
Yeah. He showed me the pictures and the videos and everything that he did at your property, at your house.
Yeah, but it come like I do him something, man. It look like I make a ants bite him or a mosquito bite him or something.
Well,
that's why I'm
gonna figure out in the morning. I'm gonna call him in the morning and figure out what happened. I hope ain't nothing happened though.
Yeah, maybe it's a mosquito. It's one of a mosquito that may protect me. Bite him.
Well, Musa, I look forward to seeing you in person when I come down there in December. And I'll let you meet my wife and my 3-month-old son and all that good stuff.
All right. Yeah, man. Give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Yes, Musa. Big up. Thank you.
Yeah, that's man called Dollar Brand, Cape Town Fringe. This is the Cutting Edge. Yes, Hail.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Hey, bless up, Uncle Moose. How you doing?
All right, sir.
My name is Romain, calling from Oklahoma, USA. Can you hear me?
May I hear you?
Hello? Oh, okay. I was calling Muta because I wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know that I'm the next virgin on YouTube that put up the Cutting Edge and the Stepping Razor. And I just want to.
Where you name?
Go ahead.
What's your name?
My name Romain Green. Romain Green.
Oh yeah, I hear about that. I hear about you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to call and tell you thank you for what you've been doing throughout the years. You know what you've been doing throughout the years. It helped me to to find myself as a black man in this world.
Oh,
and there's a lot of things that I learned from you.
Where are you from? Where you do it from?
I was born and raised in Jamaica, but I moved to the United States in 2001.
Where in the United States you're located?
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the virgin that used to work on the oil rig.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got my computer in the front seat of my truck right now because I'm on my way to New York.
You used to drive. I remember you used to call me. You used to drive, go up and call me, don't it?
No, this is my first time calling you.
Oh, can you imagine who used to drive truck, go clear up to Vermont there? And him always call me and I talk. But I say, wait, you talk to me in that truck. And him say, him connect it, internet said, where?
Yeah, I got the 4G in my pickup truck and all that good stuff. But I was just calling you because I wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know, I wanted to tell you a personal thanks for what you've been doing throughout the years.
Okay.
And it really helped me to find myself as a black man.
Okay, all right, give thanks, brethren.
I'm big on my brethren, Duke.
Give thanks for your
time also.
Give thanks for your widen the Cutting Edge listenership through your initiatives,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Well, I hope one day I'll meet you, man.
Yeah. I hope one day I'll meet you. I come to Jamaica all the time, but I got laid off from the oil. I got laid off from the oil field. I end up finding a new job where I'm an engineer, and I don't get a chance to travel out the country that much.
Okay. I meet Duke the other day, man.
Yeah. He showed me the videos and everything, and we were on a conference call the other day also.
Well, I don't know. I don't hear from him left. I don't know. It's what mad where I do him.
Am I all right? I talked to him day before yesterday. He all right. He living, he breathing. He happy.
Me not say him no all right. Say I don't know what I did him.
Oh.
From him left. I don't
think you did him anything.
I don't hear a zing from him left.
I'm pretty sure he listening right now. I don't think you do him anything, Musa.
Him said the nicest time he ever have a Jamaica. Him said the nicest time he ever have a
Jamaica.
And you know why him have a nice time? Him come stick with me. Him come stay with me.
Yeah. He showed me the pictures and the videos and everything that he did at your property, at your house.
Yeah, but it come like I do him something, man. It look like I make a ants bite him or a mosquito bite him or something.
Well,
that's why I'm
gonna figure out in the morning. I'm gonna call him in the morning and figure out what happened. I hope ain't nothing happened though.
Yeah, maybe it's a mosquito. One of a mosquito them will protect me. Bite him.
Well, Musa, I look forward to seeing you in person when I come down there in December. And I'll let you meet my wife and my 3-month-old son and all that good stuff.
All right, yeah, man. Give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Yes, Musa. Big up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, blessed.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am calling you from Montego Bay tonight.
Okay.
Yes. Mucha, I wanted to speak to you. My name is Felix. I'm an environmental reporter and an independent environmental reporter.
Okay.
And doing a report at the moment. It's a little video. It's 5 minutes long. It's about cannabis legalization.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on YouTube. But it's about the provisions of the latest Adult Use of Marijuana Act that is getting a vote from Americans in November.
Okay.
And the reason I'm getting in touch is because I want to know what you have to say about it. But first things first, I have to ask you if you're aware of what some of these provisions are and of the fact that they've been drafted by George Soros, aka Monsanto. So yeah.
Well, I know. Obama just signed a paper about labeling all GMO animals. So sign a paper for legitimizing GMO. I don't know if you know about that.
Okay, yeah, so essentially what I want to learn is the difference between, what I want people to learn is the difference between legalization of cannabis that, the RMC and the rest of the community have spent history advocating, and the type of legalization that's currently being negotiated. And I also want to know your opinion.
You mean here in Jamaica, you want a lot of opinions, man. This is a program where we are dealing with a whole heap of people. Your thing is your thing, and you have to call me. You have to call me another time.
Oh yes, no, I'd love to. When can I do that?
Well, anytime after tomorrow. After tomorrow, anytime after tomorrow, not tomorrow. After, because we're doing the next program tomorrow. Well, today really. From 2 to 6, yes. So you have been speaking to people in the industry here in Jamaica?
Yes, I have. I've been speaking to some people. I have some friends and family who are in the industry. And it's very recent that I've been learning about this. I have family here, but I'm only here for one more day.
So where you live?
In Montego Bay, with my family.
You live in Jamaica?
I have one of the family members here in Jamaica.
Oh, you live in Jamaica itself?
What's that?
Are you living in Jamaica now, or are you visiting?
No, I'm visiting, and I'm only here. I've been here since June, but I am leaving tomorrow night.
Oh, that's why I'm asking you where you're leaving to.
Oh, back home to UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Well, you know that there's a cannabis festival that will be kept in December in Negril. Last year they had one, and this year they're having it again in Negril. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that would be a good thing to come back for next in December.
You're right. Yeah. You see, this is what I want to do, and I want to hear what people are saying, and I want to know how informed the people are being kept about the provisions and what it's going to mean for Jamaica. So, this particular legalization act.
But you're going to leave tomorrow. I don't know. You're going to learn that by now and tomorrow.
Yeah.
You say you're leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So how you going to do that between now and tomorrow?
What? Ask those questions?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I've been asking them for the last few weeks.
So you didn't get the answers? You didn't get the answers?
I've been getting some answers, but I would like testimonies from people like yourself. That to me is something very important.
When you say testimony, I don't smoke. I don't smoke ganja.
Nor do I. That's the interesting thing, and I think it's interesting coming from me because I've never smoked a spliff in my life, whereas a lot of people have. Okay. And for people who are even producing it, not consuming it, I think this is the time when people's voices need to be heard more than ever. Because this whole GMO situation, it could run a lot of farmers into debt.
Definitely.
So I mean, it could mean bad things.
That's a serious concern. It's a very serious concern, and I hope this government, Jamaica here, is taking note of what is happening from America. The GMO, Monsanto, all of these things is a very important part, and it will affect our survival in the ganja industry. So, well, I hope I'll get to talk to me again, and I'll get to talk to you again next time.
Yeah, I hope so. So, would you like to talk tomorrow?
No, that's what I just tell you a while ago. I said you cannot talk to me until after tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you said.
Because I just said that, and you say you're going to leave, so you don't have no choice. I said after tomorrow because we do our next program tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I mean, the thing is, I was hoping to be able to see somebody like yourself in person who can.
Yeah, but if you're there 1 week, you should have called me from long time.
Say it again, sorry.
If you're here a week now, from June, you should have called me from long time. You can't call me when you go away.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yeah, you call me when you're going now if you talk, and you're there from June, July, August, 1 month you're there.
Oh yeah, I know. This whole thing is very fresh.
Okay. You just think about it when you was here?
Yes?
You just thought about this idea when you was here?
Yeah, because you know what? I have a family who are in the industry. I have friends who are in the industry, and as soon as I went to stay, I started learning about this.
Okay.
And so that made me want, and that was very recently. So since then, I decided I wanted to be able to get this message out to as many people as possible.
Okay. Well, maybe you have to just work with what you have already, you know?
Say it again?
Maybe you have to just work with the information that you have already, that you have been documenting already.
I'll be using what I've got.
Yes. Okay. Okay, well, nice speaking to you. Rapid move, nice speaking to you.
Well, yes, thank you very much.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes, Muta.
Blessed man.
Blessed. So Saturday the 6th of August is what is called by some the 54th celebration of Jamaican independency.
We just play two tunes a while.
And yet, Marcus Garvey's Black Solution book, The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, despite politicians, both PNP and GLP, saying is still not a textbook in the primary schools and secondary schools of Jamaica.
Well, it's still a work.
Marcus Garvey, who PNP and GLP pay lip service to in 1964, saying that Jamaica's first national hero, and yet the first national hero's book, Marcus Messiah Garvey, the world's greatest African leader, his Black Solution book, The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, still not used as a textbook in the primary schools, the secondary schools, and the university there in Jamaica, the colleges, etc.
Well, them
both PNP and GLP.
Them still have wrong dangles about which part them claims him come from to. So the place still there in a shackles, and government come and government go, and we just hear BAYSEE promise say it got work out now, but I don't know, you know, it's kind of weird.
But Muta, we have heard the promises before, and you know, say promises are comfort to a fool.
Yeah.
And so because if African people in Jamaica were to depend on the promises of PNP and GLP politicians, then would not dead for hungry.
Yeah.
And more things.
Well, that's you know, them a promise them, and we are depend on it, and we are dead for hungry.
You see, well, you say, I and I who know ourselves, we're not depending on no PNP and GLP promises, you know. Otherwise, we would have gone a boneyard long time.
Yeah.
You know, straight up. And, you know, a couple of days ago, I wrote to Ardlishaw. And I asked him this question. I'm telling our listeners, of course, who are listening. I asked Ardlishaw, the Minister of Finance and etc., because when he was here the other day, courtesy of Jamaica National, I asked him some questions. But I asked him in an email, and I'm awaiting his answer. How much money did the GLP government of Alexander Bustamante get or inherit on the 6th of August, on Monday, the 6th of August, 1962, when so-called independence took place? This is something that I want to know. What was the financial arrangement? What money did the neo-colonial government of Jamaica get from the British colonizers on Monday the 6th of August 1962. Because ever since then, since the currency change, most of our money as debt, most of our money in every dollar, for example, goes towards the paying of debt, which is why money for schools, hospitals, and so in Jamaica is not around, because most of the money. But I would like to know how much money the GLP government of Bustamante had in 1962. What were the arrangements?
Well, I want to say,
because these are the kind of things that our people have never been told, you know. We have had many ministers of finances in Jamaica, both PNP and GLP.
Don't hold your breath, you know.
No, I perfectly agree with you, my brother, because in the past, for example, I have written to Ronnie Tweets. He was the Minister of Education, asking about why Marcus Garvey teachings not being implemented as he said it would. Up to now, no answer. Okay. Because this is how they operate. They don't answer.
Okay. And
they don't answer.
So you think Alisha will answer?
No, well, put it this way. Miracles occur, so it will be a miracle if he answers. But the reason why I'm putting it out there is to let people know publicly that questions are being asked of PNP and GLP ministers, but they ignore the questions deliberately. Because at the same time that I was saying to wrote to this guy Ronnie Tweets, a Roman Catholic, I don't know if he's still a deacon, about Marcus Garvey's teaching and so. I remember that he's one of those who advocate for the you know, the repeal of the homosexual buggery thing in Jamaica. You see? So they have their minds on other things, but not on the liberation of African people. And I, as an African from Jamaica, what concerns me at all times is what is of benefit to the African race, and nothing else. That is what comes first and always.
Yes, but I mean, well, as I say, I don't feel you should have hold your breath, so you're gonna drown yourself.
Well, me not drown, you know, but I want people to know that I have asked him that question, and I'll send a copy of the email to you too, and so on. But I'm not surprised if I don't get an answer, just like I never get an answer from Ratweets and people like that.
You hear that Julian jingle is starting a Ska Rocksteady festival. I don't know if you hear about it yet, but I just mentioned it a while ago. Yeah, them having the launch on Tuesday. Ska Rocksteady Festival. So we're going to go here and listen to see how that's going to work out. You know, because you know you have reggae and
we are Julian launching this. Where?
In a Kingston there. One of them, I don't remember if I one of them hotel. When I don't tell them.
Okay, because I remember him and my brethren, the Mako, the great Mako editor of Jamaica Beat magazine and Sports and Arts, you know, brethren and thing. Used to work together at Gleaner years ago in the 60s, you know, and thing. But I remember that Julian some years ago and others was doing something to show the musical places in Kingston itself. And not Trenchtown.
Orange Street, them that I deal with. Orange Street.
Okay, Orange Street.
Yeah, I don't know what become of that, but them start a little vintage thing on the road there in the day. Right at the corner there, at Charles Street, that's Orange Street. But I don't know what become. Actually, they invite me to come play one time, but it was a Wednesday. It kind of get complicated for me on a Wednesday for really go down there. And then
Charles Street, Orange Street, that is near where Prince Bus used to be.
Yeah, on the other side of the road. Them did have a little bar there, them start to play. But as I say, I couldn't get to go because it's Wednesdays, you know?
Yes.
But I got
well, so you're gonna check out the launch Tuesday coming then?
Yeah, man, I have to go, man, because I have to say if they're going to use Dinar, they're going to use sound system, because if they're going to use sound system, would I like be a part of it? You know,
definitely, you know. And I heard from Prince Buster's son, you know, Sultan Ali, who live in Los Angeles.
Him call the program, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was... informed me last night, man, but him very upset about how his father is being, you know, yes.
Yeah. Him talk about for a length, him talk about a length of time for the program.
Yes, that's good then, you know, so he has asked me to assist him in his case, you know, and but him really look like Prince Buster for true, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, really, you know, and him have that vibe like him father, man, Buster, you know, that forcefulness of speech and thing, you know.
Assertiveness, you call it. Assertive.
yes, man.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. Just remind me I'm old man, Prince Buster. Because I remember when Marcus Garvey used to have, you know, the African Nationalist Union meetings opposite Jamaica Success Club at Mutual Cooperative, all that. Prince Buster used to come to some of the meetings too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we was a part of it.
You know, and him used to... Yes, because him used to distribute the Black Man paper that we put out.
Yeah.
Also from his record shop, you know, at Charles Street. Orange Street there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Yes. So I will keep you and listeners posted as to the short's response or no response. You know what I mean? But it's out there. I just want to hear of Cecilin or Rochester, New York, who listen all the while, and Marcia, who in the States, Maryland, Pennsylvania side, originally from Linstead, and all of the St. John's Road, Central Kingston, Ever, Wildman Street, Dunkirk, all of my brethren and sisters and family in a GAA and outside a GAA. And of course to you, to Muta. So just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, man, give thanks, brethren, give thanks. Blessed.
Yes, you know, Michael makes a turn, you know, man. Right, you know, so you and the brethren, you just talk about money. You see when them people them murder Gaddafi, man.
Oh, you're not listening, okay.
Brethren, right, you know, man. The black wall asleep, you know. Yeah, man, the black wall sleeping, fast asleep, man.
Them have amnesia, Alzheimer's.
Man. You see how the government, them, I turn over them government there, you know, man, all over the country. We remember, you know, we're listening, former prime ministers in the Eastern Caribbean, you know. Stating, making addresses and say Gaddafi promised them banking a budget. Because the man know his worth, you know.
Yeah,
the man know, the man, our brethren know what he was sitting on, you know.
And you know, say him not charge, what them call interest. Them people don't charge interest rate, you know.
We know that,
yeah, them lend you money.
All that was spoken, all them things they were said to, you know.
Yeah.
And them take out the man right on our nose, right in front of our eyes. And we just go and boogie same way. We don't take out some, we don't, hey! Right you know, man. Right you know where you come go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible, right you know, brethren. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. The situation in the black world is terrible, man.
I see the lady who did that and responsible for that is now having black people going to vote for her. She have the majority of black people in America.
That's all the black mothers them sat by his side and all them kind of thing there.
Yeah, that has no interest to African American.
Sure.
All right, so don't cause somebody, you know. No, God, don't cause somebody, they're going to cuss, you know. Yeah, it's hey, no stopping us doing all we are going, you know. Yeah, blessed.
We're going to Muta. I think Mandingo did give you like an insight on the reparations march for them to go on in the land and the...
Oh, well, maybe like what you mentioned it, you call back. Maybe like what you mentioned it, you call back.
Yeah, I wonder if him could have give you like a synopsis of where did really go on still.
You know, you're about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't hear anything about it?
But I mean, the ear said go on, but I don't really get no full nothing pan it still. The ear said they go on still.
Yeah, all right.
So a whole heap of people turn out and thing, you know. But you see them two gangsters we have so now, named PMP and GLP. Them really a hold back and a hold down the country, you know.
Yeah.
Because them really mismanage the country and have we in a them whole heap of debt business, yeah. And who really I work for the IMF and all them vibes there, you know.
But you know they say all of the big business them make billions of dollars every 6 months and 3 months.
Sure.
Really pay for them.
Talking,
all of the business them, you know. $3 million to them is one must be $3 billion in a 6 months. Profit.
All right. You have two man with the PMP name Golden and Bunting. Them did have a big business and them sell it to Scotia Bank. And them have a new and known name Proven. It's almost $1 billion US. 1.98 million US dollars they're making a profit.
I tell you, I can't believe say you have business in Jamaica where I make $1 billion every month. I mean, like it's bad, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know,
right and no motor. If our country, Jamaica, could have replicate Orange Street as it how it was back in the days where the record shop they used to line off Orange Street, have a walk of fame. I show all of the artists.
That Julian Jingles did a plan, but you can't go have record shop again. Record stop the whole place, you know.
But may I tell you, if we could have replicate that, you know how much the amount of tourists we could have bring in and out of the city.
At that, me hear Jingles them did that talk about. I don't know what happened to it. At that, I hear Jingles them did that suggest.
I tell you, them government people are a joke, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, why Jingles them thing don't work, because obviously it never worked.
I don't know.
I got to talk to him still. I got to talk to him about it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
If Mandinga listening can shout back and make a know what it really go down.
All right, Regine.
Bless up.
Yeah. Yes, Cutting Edge.
Yeah, good night.
Blessed man.
This thanks to General. All right. I just want to share 3 points of the ice there, see?
Yeah.
I think very important to what I talk about Valeria. All right, in 2014, see? The Bilderbergs group of a secret document leak. Now, in a nutshell, what I must say is that them have the technology can give themselves eternal life. Or by what they might explain so them can use nanotechnology and replace any organ where body in them body, and them can significantly reduce the aging. Them can't stop the aging, but them can significantly.
Hold on there. Is the Bilderberg said that, or is that man that said the Bilderberg have that?
All right. Is to be honest, is a man I said Bilderberg.
Okay, all right. I know.
Me can verify say document come from them still, but me just want to explain something to what I go on still, right? Them also say them create some of the most terrorist organization in the world. Now, when them discuss them as a boy, them having this technology, it don't make sense. 12 or 14 billion people are going to live on the planet and live one time, and I live right through, and it makes sense. Some people are going to live and some people are going to dead. So them want to get rid of a significant portion of the population, them right through, by using various methods. One of the methods them discuss is turn US in a race war using blacks against white.
All right, hold on, Virgin. You see, if the premise did wrong from the beginning, it go wrong from the outset too, you know. You can't start a premise of a theory which is not validated and then now use it to validate something where you want claim.
Yeah,
if it start out wrong, it can't right after. So what I say is that the conspiracy theory there is a theory where we hear about every year. But you can't go now repeat the conspiracy if you don't have nothing now to back it up. Because the next man I say about the Bilderberg, them now come say that, you know. It's the next man I say him have inside information to bring to you about the Bilderbergers.
Right, I agree. But then, yes, we giving to it, I go on still. We can't put you have to keep your mind even, right? It's a pass to me. If I was given a chance to say, all right, to where I go on, because sometimes you can't amount your things still, you can't read between the lines as to where I go on and come to your own conclusion still as to where you see, because you have your head, you're not a fool, you understand me? I say, you can't think, you can't see things. All right, since you know I'm going at the point, you know.
No, I never say, I never say, why you're going at it, but I just say,
yeah.
I know what you're saying, because it's something I read already that somebody said, just like when I'm talking about Illuminati, just like when I'm talking about Freemasonry.
Yeah.
The man say, him used to in the Freemasonry, the man say, him know somebody in the Freemasonry, and him start to develop a conspiracy theory against Freemason.
Yeah.
Start to develop a conspiracy against whatsoever. So I say, no, if you start to use that to justify a thinking where you want to see the outcome happen, it's going to always become a theory where it's not validated by something practical.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand your point validating, but now still, you know, giving to it I go on still. I mean, we can't validate say it goes to iron, it goes to still. You understand me?
Yeah.
But you have to really keep your mind even still. But giving to it say I play up in the world today still, and you're getting information. It makes sense to just to make people aware.
Yeah.
Because there is groups behind things that move things. You understand?
Of course.
Yeah, we know from research personally say is the still Egyptian them bloodline run the earth up to the day. Research show that, right? And enough other things. We know say all through research that most of these churches are also in a blood sacrifice and child smuggling ring, right? And enough things for research.
Like with church,
all of them.
All church in a blood sacrifice?
All of them. 99 point. There might be some exceptions, but when I was
all of them. You say all of them 4 times. You say all of them.
Yeah. Me, I say all of them. Given to what we see in where I go and research.
Which one of the church them you talk about now? Specify one church.
All right. We are talking from the Vatican to the whole of them, the Church of, I must say those
Baptist,
the majority of the people within
Baptist, Seventh-day Jehovah's Witness, all of them.
Yeah, I must say, majority of the people within this organization are innocent, but there are a few highly initiates who are indoctrinated who can lead the flock.
When you say blood sacrifice, where do you mean them take people and cut them up and drain them blood, or is a blood sacrifice?
But most of them use them and burn them, burn them in a fire and all of them.
And you say all churches do that? All churches right now?
Yeah, research show that right over the globe.
No, you are saying that every church indulge in a burning people to sacrifice them.
Especially children.
Jehovah's Witness, 7th-day Pentecostal, all of them.
Yeah, all right, research show, right? For example, the persons them who own the Jehovah's Witness Church, right? Research show that family started drug trade in the 16th centuries. And research also show that they are the ones who started the Skull and Bone organization in the Yale University.
The Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah?
The Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, right. And in the Yale University, and you know that some of the American presidents are within the Skull and Bones and various secret societies like the Trilateral Commission, Club of Rome, Committee 3 to Illuminati.
Them that 70?
No, but the whole of them have a link. The whole of them have a link to the Vatican. You understand what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like the rulers then wear every mass. You know, research show is that the Pope right Islam religion.
The Pope what?
Right Islam religion.
Oh, you mean right Islam religion? I mean, I understand.
Meaning the Quran.
Did the Pope write it?
Yeah.
Which one of the Pope them write it?
I mean, I forgot to dig up about the information and revisit and give it to you back next year, right? But research show that because the three religion, what them call Father Abraham religion, which is the Christian,
Judaism and Islam.
Right, Judaism, right?
Yeah.
So we know from experience that the whole universe is made from atoms, right? There is no God. You have infinite awareness and intelligence.
Hold on. Go back to this thing about the Pope and Islam.
Yeah.
How long now them have popes?
How long now them have popes?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a good question, but I couldn't tell you. I'd have to research that and get back that information to you next time. Yeah, I couldn't just tell you from half of the top of my brain still, because you know sometimes you get so much information still.
All right, so which book you read that show you said the Pope them write the Quran?
We'll get them information from basically from half of the internet.
All right, give me the top, because I would like to find it. Yeah,
all right.
On the internet you said the Pope. Right, the Quran.
Yeah. All right. What would I do still? There are certain information that were really sensitive still. So what I probably would have wanted to still is probably give me a number after year.
What do you mean sensitive? If that information where the internet can be sensitive.
Yeah, but I mean I have to go back to my
Hold on. You can't tell me no, you can tell me secretly about something with the on YouTube.
No. What we have to still, we can't tell you off and when we find when we pick up the information.
But you know it's on the internet you get it.
Yeah, because we get tons of information on a daily basis.
All right, you know, say, me I look for that thing right now, you see?
Yeah.
You know the brother with the name Gossifer? Gossifer, the Akka, the brother with the Hillary thing and them send him from, him come from Europe there and them deport him and carry him go back to America and put him.
Oh, yeah, me heard that about it. Yeah.
All right. You know, say, them did have a thing where I say, him dead in a prison.
Me heard that. Yeah, I that enlightened.
Yeah, and then now, the reporter must say, him is not missing or dead. So you find a dilemma now. You have to go find out which one of the rumors them is true.
Yeah, it's true.
Because if you say him dead in a prison, it will develop a conspiracy theory, you know. The conspiracy theory is that because him is the one who act into Hillary thing. The conspiracy is that now fear people them kill him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now them have another thing now where say him is not missing or dead.
Yeah.
So investigation now because say, oh, you're going to relate that now. You're going to send out a message to say Gossifer dead because you want a conspiracy against you are you're going to investigate to find out if him really dead for true. It's like how them act in the WikiLeaks man them act. Not WikiLeaks, the WikiLeaks man them send out some information about what's your name there. And then now them say the Russian them acting like. It's easy if you say the Russian them do it, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you want to develop a conspiracy against Russia now, you say it's Russia do it.
Right.
And then now, but you see what them do now, when them find out say them things get hacked into, and WikiLeaks send out some information. This is not conspiracy theory, no. This is something will happen. So you know have to go look into it now. Is this a conspiracy or is something will happen? The reality is that it was hacked into an information leak. The one thing we don't sure yet is if it's Russia do it. See, so we have to go late down the line and figure out. Do we want to say because we don't like Russia and because we want to develop a conspiracy theory now and says Russia did? Because now the Americans, what's your name? The Hillary Clinton people them must say is Trump side with the Russian them for do it because Trump get up and say it wouldn't be nice if them could have find the 30,000 email where she disappear. So when we say all of that is that conspiracy theory abound all over the place. And we can't
point well taken, right?
We can't everything,
point well taken. But when you go up in a life still and you get in line still, you realize that you have knowledge from Kabbalah, you have esoteric, and what I mean by esoteric, I mean by knowledge just given to a hidden few, and you have occult is just hidden knowledge. You understand me? And you gain a higher awareness in terms of where you're presenting in front of you as reality, and where you can think for yourself as reality. You understand me? I say? Because all things come from thought, man thought, nothing move without thought. You know what I mean? You have to get before you
hear about David Icke?
Me hear about David.
All right, you know what David Icke say? Him stand up and say Hillary Clinton turning a reptilian. Because I don't have this thing about the reptilian people them. Him say him stand up and say she transform into a reptilian. No, I don't know if I want to believe that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe, say, Hillary Clinton and George Bush and them people is not human beings.
All right. According to some research still, when made up on the reptilian still, when them say when them say reptilian still, to some people it means that the dominant side of your brain always me first and then anybody else after. You know what I mean? Some people classify reptilian as that, while others would say reptilian is like in a lizard farm.
When we talk about David Icke now, where is him have the main argument about reptilians. He is the man who have most of the talk about reptilian and write books on top of books. Him say she transform in a reptilian.
All right.
That transformation take place.
I would have said given to the information where you have with your awareness now.
No, I have no information.
Listen to me after now. I would have said yes, you would have drawn to the conclusion there. But when I go through some esoteric knowledge still, they must say everything where you can imagine. You think impossible is possible, It's just having to the mindset and the awareness level where you would still.
Like what? Like a man can lift up the planet?
It's possible. Esoteric knowledge say that's possible.
No. You tell me say esoteric knowledge say that a human being can lift up the planet.
Everything is possible.
With him man, like how them have Atlas. Atlas, the man who have the world on his shoulder. You tell me now, say you have human beings. If him going at a certain level, him can dip on the earth and lift up the earth.
And that is what esoteric knowledge says. See?
And you believe that?
It's not, I'm not saying me believe it still, because me I say you have to see things with evidence, but me I say there is knowledge more than knowledge, and people have more knowledge and understanding and awareness, and not because we don't necessarily have evidence. It not go so, the proof that I mean said can't go so.
No, I don't say it can't go so, but I ask if you believe it. Say
me not really say
a human being can live up this planet with him on, like him on and live up the planet.
Me not necessarily I go believe that, but in my mind me I say still anything possible. You understand what me I say? Me like to see the evidence.
So there's no impossibilities then.
There is what that is what esoteric knowledge says still. There is no impossibilities.
There's no impossibilities.
It has to do with the levels of awareness where you are. Like even like data explains things like time travel one of the things on them think on remote viewing. Remote viewing is a term where the military use still. What I'm saying is remote viewing is you can use your mind and view anywhere in the world where you want to view still.
Which one of the man them we have said that do that?
Which one of the man them we have said that do that?
The man them who have farmed them theory who do it?
They refer to information where you can get the training, because they must say anybody can develop it up with the right training.
Yeah, but may I ask you, which one of the man them who have said you can develop it with the right training, have the right training and do it?
No, well, yeah, there is a part to information where would have probably say you can do that. But
no, wait, no man, listen to me, I say. Listen to careful what I say. The persons them who have said that you can do that, which one of those men do it?
I don't know if none of them do it where I said that, but they will give information. Well, I know they will give the deeper information when you could have dig dug in and do more research to find out
which man do it.
Yeah, which man do it, but we just never go that far. We just never go that deep at the time when I go down. You understand? Yeah. Because you have like you have relay lines. They are like magnetic fields in the earth where people can tap in and receive information. You know, like the American Indians used to do it, the Aborigine in the Australia used to do it, and many Asian culture could have tap in at the ley lines and receive information on any subjects or anything where they want. But there is knowledge. There is a lot of knowledge hidden from us in terms of our true identity, our true reality. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even we are learning to like sports. Most sports game is used as rituals. And it explains to say them know from secret geometries that there are certain geometric grids. Now, take for a game like soccer, when you introduce soccer with two opposing teams, what resonates in your consciousness is that everything is okay with the opposing and divided nature of things. Now, when I look on even like say Marcus Garvey and in work where him do still, and the education where we receive, we're not in a unity. With this organized on every level, on religion, on politics, on economics, and these people who have them PhD and various doctorate are so, you know me, them just greedy and selfish. Them create 99% of the people still behind zinc cells, and through the religious and the political structure, them keep them down just to maintain the power there. You understand what I say? So you see, there is a whole this harmony and this unity. Because one time when we check the level, we quick off a fight against one another and come together and say, make something positive happen. You understand me? I say, because the whole environment is so negative. People generate into negative energy. So there is knowledge and consciousness out here that is hidden from us. Because we connect to
no, I agree with you with that, you know. They will not know everything.
Yeah, we connect to infinite awareness and everything can explain in the Rasta. Everything have explanation, but there's a small group of people know how to access the information.
Everything can be explained.
Everything have explanation.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Everything have explanation. You know what I mean? So because you can't explain it, you know.
You say it now work. It now goes work. I agree with you.
Explanation. You know what I mean? And I learn because each time you go up the stairs, your awareness are broad and still. You understand what I say? And you really unsure sometimes you look on something, you don't really have no evidence. It goes so, or it can't go so still. So you have to just keep your mind on an even part and I say, boy, anything is possible still. You understand
Would I like stretch my mind to say a man upon the earth and put the earth on his shoulder?
One of the things
that is an image where in my from long time from school they say Atlas.
All right, one of the things we learn, right?
On his shoulder, yeah.
And this one we have to carefully. One of the things that we learn through for example, the Kabbalah is that everything we view in front of it is an illusion. Nothing.
I know the Kabbalah tell you that. I mean, that's a normal.
Yeah, right. Other knowledge tell you that. Right? Everything makes from.
You never hear me start the program with that thing them teach your children.
Yeah, me, I used to teach it. Yeah.
That there's no death and all them someday.
Right, you know what I mean?
That is illusion.
Right. You know what I mean? Even we is an illusion because we make from atoms and there is nothing physical in our atom, but things coded in our DNA through 5 senses. So we believe, feel, say it's real, but it's actually an illusion we haven't. You understand what I say? Yes, so there is knowledge.
Alright, so you say there's nothing that is real?
There is nothing that is real.
So, yeah, you think that there's anything that is real?
No, it's not real. I represent
So there's nothing that is real?
No, it's not real.
Alright, if there's nothing that is real, what is the purpose of real?
What is the purpose of real?
Yeah.
Because we have the illusion in our 5 senses. Say it's real. It's coded in our DNA. Say it's real through 5 senses.
Then now that make it real because it's in our 5 senses. It's real.
I experience, but the basis of it still it is not real. You know what I mean?
No, but if you say it's not real, that there must be something that you are designating not to. The word not real means that there's something real that is not real.
Yeah, we have the world around us, like even the world around us, right? Everything is basically from thought. It is said that everything is consciousness. Even the universe is a consciousness. Everything comes from thought.
That real?
That's real?
The idea that everything is consciousness, that is a real thing, that everything is consciousness?
Yeah, you have to say it is a real thing.
But you have to say not real.
Yeah, well, given to one yes and no, because we program our we senses program for say when we touch on anything materialistic, we still are real look on some materialistic. It's real because that coded in our DNA, so we see it as real. But in reality, we have everything we make out from atoms, and there is nothing physical in our atoms. So it's basically empty. You understand what I say? But how it's structured in our DNA, our language, it seems real. Our experience here, we feel it at every level because our experience, how we were meant to feel. But then when you go in the deeper science, like even like the quantum physics or quantum mechanics are higher advanced levels of consciousness still. Them are sure so them things still is just illusions.
So who is it them you talk about, Regin? Who's it them? Who's it them you talk about?
Like when I say when I go in like certain no, just in terms of like when I say them is the various information where we get all of the various
so what is your conclusion? Because you can read all of them things, you can read all of them too. I mean the same thing the way I say. I think some used to read all over, you know, stay a bush.
Yeah, because leading even scientists, even in the USA, you know, I say like there is an idea what they call string theory. You know what I mean? Them say in trying to using string theory, what I'm saying, in trying to understand the universe and how it is created, them find a set of mathematical equation that is similar that could have found in a Google any search engine. You understand what I'm saying?
So how that will help me now?
No, sir. All that I help you know, it has like the whole universe is similar to a computer program.
You see, when I say to you, why I say these things to you is because, you see, we can't go and say them say, but there must be a time when we say. You understand? Yeah, because them say, and every time we talk, we say them say. We have a time when we go in our head cup now and say, all right, with them say, you know, see what me I say, so now.
Well, them things that I come here and explain to you the atoms here, me believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me believe that.
Well, I'm not me have to say no, because it's most of the time when you talk, you say, them say, like.
Yeah.
You know, it come like a religion now, like when Jesus said, the Bible say.
Yeah, I understand from
concept.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, there must be a time now when you say.
Yeah, because me believe that, you know what I mean, because there are certain things when me would have researched still, I mean, I really have no concrete evidence to say, boy, I can't go something. I just keep my mind easy.
I don't know, it can't go far, it can't go far, you know.
Yeah. Because you say, if God is good and all good, that means him not good. Because if you have all good, you have to have all evil. And good and evil is just the same thing, the opposite kind. So if God is all good, God is not all evil. God is not all good. There's no all good if there's no all evil. So when you say nothing is real, the nothing have to come with something, and the thing that you are talking about is real. You credit done. Right, credit done. Nice conversation. Give thanks. Yes, at least me and them never argue. And now it's after 1. Yes, Cutting Edge.
Morning, Muta.
Morning, sir.
I was listening to a conversation with you at Gentleman a while ago.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you. The Hermetic philosophy.
Hermetic philosophy.
Yeah, what do you know about it?
Not very much. But I read little about it, but not very much.
Hello?
I read a little about it, but not very much.
Well, I think we should read, I think we should go into it in more depth, you know.
What part do you want me to know about?
There's a book called the Kabbalion.
The Kabbalion or the Kabbalah?
The Kabbalion.
Oh, the Kabbalion. All right, white book.
K-Y-B-A-L-I-O-N.
Yeah, white book. What is it about?
It's about Hermetic philosophy.
All right, what part of Hermetic philosophy you want me to know about? Because I was talking about me and the original talk.
Well, all of what you and you were talking about.
Yes.
It's right into it.
Like what part? Like, tell me, like, all right.
Okay.
Example, give me an example of where you want me go into.
It is, according to Hermetic philosophy, all religion, Christianity, Islam,
Judaism,
Buddhism, all came out of one.
What come out of?
The teachings of Hermes Trismegistus.
In Asia.
Hermes Trismegistus.
In some area.
He's the one in Egypt. He's the one who the Egyptians deified and called the messenger of God, Hermes.
Okay.
There is a set of people in the world called Hermetists.
Yes.
And they are exposed to the teachings of Hermes.
No, but him never talk about all religion come from one. Him say all religion practice blood sacrifice and whatsoever, kill picnic and sacrifice them. Him say all religion. Him never say.
I don't agree with him.
Yeah, but you say him we never mention about all religion come from one.
I am telling you.
No, well, we don't know say all religion come from one.
Huh?
That we don't have to read Hermetic philosophy to know that. We know
so, what is the one thing that all those think about that?
Where it come from? A Kemet come from? All of them come from Kemet.
Let me ask a question. The great pyramidal Giza.
Yeah. What happened to it?
Who built it?
Who built it? No Kemetic people.
Hello?
No Kemetic people built it, man.
I'm not hearing a Muta.
No Kemetic people built it, man.
Kemetic?
Yeah. Who built it?
No, I have read that it was built by
space people.
I have read that pyramid was no pharaoh tomb.
No, we're not on no pharaoh tomb. Who used to build it? Because me hear say people from outer space build it too. So who you hear to build it?
Hello?
I have heard that it is people out of space come and build the pyramid. Who you hear build it?
It's from outer space.
You hear that it come from people from outer space build it, right?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, well I hear that, and I also hear that it's the Kemetic people build it.
I heard that the people men from Atlantis who came across who built it.
The people from Atlantis built the pyramid.
Yeah.
Not the Kemetic people.
And in ancient time, all people had to go there to be initiated.
Go where?
Into the divine mysteries.
Go where? Atlantis?
Egypt?
No, they
built pyramid?
Yeah, but you say I must go read Kemetic. Read Hermetic. No, you have to go read something when we don't know about. I never read Hermetic thing, the Semitic.
Motor.
Yes.
I, just like you, I read a lot of books.
No, but you say you talk to me about when me and the Virgin attack, and they tell me I was going to read something.
No, but...
Me never read it. The knowledge where you attack about, that's something I know about, and me never read that. Me read Ben Buchanan and Shekante Diop and all them man there, and me never read the one where you attack about, and the same thing where you attack about, and some me get to know where you are telling about now. That never have nothing to do with me and the Virgin attack about.
What I hear me now? Hear what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
This knowledge that I'm telling you about is called the secret doctrine.
Me have the book named The Secret Doctrine. Me have it.
The Kabbalion, you have it?
Me have the book named The Secret Doctrine.
You have the Kabbalion?
No, I have the book named The Secret Doctrine.
Well, I would urge you to do some research into Hermetic philosophy.
Yeah, but you tell me about Hermetic philosophy and I tell me about things when me know about when me never did read Hermetic philosophy. Because if I the things them what you are telling me about me, must go read Hermetic philosophy for. Me not have to read it because me don't know what you say already. You tell me about Kemetic people and religion come from Kemet and all them things. Me know them something already and me never read Hermetic philosophy.
So how old is Kemet?
How old is Kemet?
Yeah, the sharp Kemet. How far back does it go?
I don't know, brethren. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't.
All right, have a good morning.
Yes, sir, blessed man. I don't understand that reasoning there. I think him going to bring up something when me and the brethren are talk about. We say, this is why we must read this, because lack of understanding and information between me and the brethren. He might tell me about some things where me know about already, and me never ever read where he might tell me must read. Me I talk about now Ben Buchanan. Me I talk about Shekante Diop. Me I talk about Ivan Van Sertima. And them people that me I talk about, me never read. Me hear about it. Me have the secret doctrine on my heart. Me read it little. Me not read it the whole life because I think look like Bible. Me stop, don't read Bible now. I'm a whole heap of book. Me have all the Lawrence book on my heart when I read. But me reach a stage now where I formulate my own ideas and concepts out of those things. And pick out what is what and what is not, based off of my experience and my understanding. So, I let somebody there. I want to give thanks to the moment, give thanks to Tracy, give thanks for me hungry, as usual. I tell you, man, I drive come down here later on the bridge and wait for me, man. Nah, leave me alone, believe you me. I name Lab Song Rampa, in the early days when everybody has searched for that something. Right, whole heap of books. Him go into the east and him go all over the place and him get certain understanding. And those books still exist, but him don't exist no more because him come right back where him start.